Have you ever wondered why you say yes to certain requests? The answer lies in the science of persuasion, and it's more surprising than you think. We like to think we make decisions based on logic and reason, but the truth is, our brains are wired to respond to certain psychological triggers. In this video, we're going to explore 6 powerful principles of persuasion that can be used to influence behavior, ethically, of course. Get ready to unlock the secrets of yes. Humans are social creatures. We thrive on connections, interactions, and the bonds we form with others. We've evolved to live in groups, and that means cooperating with each other. This cooperation is not just a social construct, but a fundamental aspect of our survival and success as a species. This deep-seated need to reciprocate is hardwired into our brains. Neuroscientists have found that our brains light up in specific ways when we engage in acts of giving and receiving. Think about it. If someone does you a favor, don't you feel obligated to return the gesture? This isn't just a social nicety, it's a deeply ingrained psychological response. This principle, my friends, is called reciprocity, and it's a powerful tool for persuasion. It's a fundamental element in building trust and fostering relationships, both personal and professional. Let's say you're a waiter at a restaurant. Your job is not just to serve food, but to create a pleasant dining experience. A little something extra, like offering a mint with the check, can trigger this reciprocity principle. It's a small gesture, but it can make a big difference. Studies have shown that giving diners a single mint can increase tips by 3%. This small act of kindness makes diners feel appreciated and valued. 2 mints? That can result in a 20% increase. The more personalized the gesture, the stronger the response. It seems small, but that little act of kindness can have a big impact. It's not just about the mints, it's about the feeling of being cared for and acknowledged. But here's the cosmic twist. The effect is even stronger when the waiter gives 1 mint, walks away, then circles back and says, "For you nice folks, here's an extra mint." This seemingly insignificant act creates a sense of personalized generosity, further amplifying the feeling of obligation to reciprocate. It's a clever way to make the diners feel special and appreciated. This seemingly insignificant act creates a sense of personalized generosity, further amplifying the feeling of obligation to reciprocate. It's a clever way to make the diners feel special and appreciated. It's like a cosmic dance of give and take, and understanding this principle can make all the difference. Whether in business, friendships, or everyday interactions, the power of reciprocity can help us build stronger, more meaningful connections. So, the next time you find yourself in a situation where you can offer a small gesture of kindness, remember the power it holds. It might just come back to you in ways you never expected. In the end, it's these small acts of generosity that weave the fabric of our social lives, creating a tapestry of goodwill and mutual respect. We've all experienced it, that nagging feeling of wanting something just out of reach, that burning desire for something that's rare, unique, or about to disappear. It's almost as if the rarity itself makes it more desirable. It's like the universe itself is playing a cosmic joke on us, making us crave what we can't easily have. This, my friends, is the principle of scarcity. It's a powerful force that shapes our decisions and behaviors. When we perceive something as limited or unavailable, our brains tend to place a higher value on it. This isn't just a modern phenomenon, it's hardwired into our psychology. Remember the Concorde, that supersonic jet that could cross the Atlantic in under 3 hours? It was a symbol of luxury and speed. It was a marvel of engineering, but it was also incredibly expensive to operate. Only a select few could afford to fly on it. When British Airways announced they were retiring the Concorde, ticket sales skyrocketed. Suddenly, everyone wanted to be part of this exclusive experience before it vanished forever. People who had never even considered flying on the Concorde suddenly felt an urge to experience this rare and fleeting opportunity. It became a once-in-a-lifetime event. The principle of scarcity is deeply rooted in our evolutionary past. Think about our ancestors who lived in a world where resources were often limited. For them, resources were often scarce, and those who were able to obtain them were more likely to survive. This survival instinct has been passed down through generations. This primal instinct to hoard and secure what's limited is still present in our modern brains, even if we're not always aware of it. We see it in our behavior during sales, or when we rush to buy the last item on the shelf. Whether it's the latest tech gadget, concert tickets, or a limited edition sneaker, the allure of scarcity drives us to act quickly and decisively. And when we finally get our hands on that coveted item, the satisfaction is immense. It's a feeling of triumph, of having beaten the odds. But it's important to remember that this feeling is often fleeting. The next rare item or opportunity will soon capture our attention, and the cycle begins anew. So while it's natural to want what we can't have, it's also worth considering why we want it in the first place. Understanding the principle of scarcity can help us make more mindful choices in our lives. From a young age, we're taught to respect authority figures, parents, teachers, doctors. These individuals hold a certain sway over us, and for good reason. They often possess knowledge and experience that we lack. This natural inclination to defer to authority is known as the authority principle, and it plays a significant role in our decision-making processes. Think about it. If your doctor advises you to take a certain medication, you're more likely to comply than if a friend gives you the same advice. Why? Because doctors are seen as experts in their field. They've spent years studying and practicing medicine, and we trust their judgment. This principle extends beyond just medical professionals. We see it in advertising, marketing, and even in our daily interactions. When someone is perceived as an authority figure, their words carry more weight. It's like the universe is telling us to pay attention, to trust those who seem to know more than we do. Chapter 4. The power of consistency, sticking to our commitments. We humans have a deep-seated desire to be seen as consistent and reliable. This desire influences many aspects of our lives, from our personal relationships to our professional endeavors. When we make a commitment, even a small one, it creates an internal pressure to act in accordance with that commitment. This pressure is not just external, but also internal, as we strive to align our actions with our words. This, my friends, is the principle of consistency. Think about it. It's a powerful force that shapes our behavior and decisions, often without us even realizing it. Have you ever been asked to sign a petition for a cause you support? It might seem like a small act, but it has significant implications. Maybe you hesitated at first, but once you signed your name, you were more likely to donate money or volunteer your time to that same cause later on. Why? Because that initial commitment sets the stage for future actions. Because by signing the petition, you made a small commitment, and that commitment created an internal pressure to remain consistent with your actions. This is the essence of the consistency principle. This principle is incredibly powerful, and it's often used in marketing and sales. Businesses understand that getting a small initial commitment can lead to larger commitments down the line. By getting people to agree to a small request, like signing up for a free trial, businesses can increase the likelihood that those individuals will make a larger purchase down the line. This tactic leverages our desire to be consistent with our previous actions. It's like setting a small snowball in motion. Once it starts rolling, it gains momentum and becomes harder to stop. This momentum can lead to significant changes and commitments over time. The principle of consistency can also be applied to personal goals. When we set small, achievable goals and commit to them, we create a pathway to larger successes. Each small step reinforces our commitment and builds momentum. Whether in our personal lives or in business, understanding and leveraging the power of consistency can lead to remarkable outcomes. It helps us build trust, achieve our goals, and create lasting change. So the next time you make a commitment, no matter how small, remember the power it holds. Embrace it and let it guide you towards greater consistency and success in all areas of your life. Chapter 5. The liking principle. Saying yes to those we like. We are more likely to say yes to people we like. It's a simple truth, but the implications are profound. This principle, known as the liking principle, is deeply rooted in our social nature. We are drawn to people who are similar to us, who complement us, and who cooperate with us. Think about it. If you're at a party and you meet someone who shares your interests, you're more likely to engage in conversation with them, right? And if that person then complements your taste in music or your sense of humor, you're even more likely to find them likable. This sense of connection and rapport can have a powerful influence on our decisions. The liking principle is often used in advertising and marketing. Brands use celebrity endorsements, relatable spokespeople, and positive imagery to create a sense of familiarity and liking among consumers. It's like the universe is telling us to trust those who feel familiar, those who make us feel good. Chapter 6. Consensus, the power of the crowd. Humans are social animals. We look to others for cues on how to behave, especially in unfamiliar situations. This tendency to conform to the actions of others is known as the principle of consensus. Think about it. If you're walking down the street and you see a group of people looking up at the sky, you're probably going to stop and look up too, right? You might not know what they're looking at, but the fact that everyone else is doing it creates a sense of social proof, a feeling that it must be something worth seeing. This principle is incredibly powerful, and it's often used in marketing and advertising. Think about those 9 out of 10 dentists recommend commercials. They're using the principle of consensus to influence our purchasing decisions. If so many dentists recommend it, it must be good, right? So there you have it. 6 principles of persuasion that can be used to influence behavior. Remember, these principles should be used ethically to promote positive change and to build meaningful connections. Understanding the science behind why we say yes can empower us to make more informed decisions, both in our personal and professional lives. It's like having a cosmic cheat sheet for navigating the complexities of human interaction. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content that explores the wonders of science and the universe. And until next time, keep asking questions, keep exploring, and never stop learning.